Hey coaches, so I just posted part one, but I wanted to give you a couple more tips, so this is part two. One of the biggest questions or issues that I get from new coaches is where do you come up with all the content that you post, right? That's something that can be very intimidating, and oftentimes you may feel uninspired, especially when you're working a full-time job or you're a student and you're doing this on the side, right? Time is an issue. I get it. I work very full-time. So, my advice to you is, well, first off, just know it's going to get easier. The more you do it, the more it becomes a habit, it becomes routine. You're going to get more inspired the more you do it by things, and you'll go, oh, that'll make a great post. But here's some tips that'll help you until you kind of maybe get there. And some of you guys are probably way more creative than I am, so go with it. If you are, that's awesome. I'll tell you some of my favorite apps to use for photos. Number one, Photify. Photify is super simple. It's free. I'm pretty sure it's free. Yeah, it's free. And you can create all kinds of awesome images with pictures. They have stickers that have all kinds of motivational quotes already there, so you don't even have to come up with it. There's templates you can use. There's stock photos you can use. It's amazing. So Photify, it's Photofy, I believe. That's a great app. I pretty much only use that now on my phone, so I'll just give you that one. So what I do is, now that you're a coach, and if you're wanting to make this a business, start stockpiling photos. So you're going to want to start taking pictures of your food that you're making, of your meal prep. Take a picture of yourself when you work out, before you work out, in your workout clothes, maybe, Shakeology, stuff like that. But you don't want all Shakeology posts, but anything like that. Selfies. So let's say you're having a really great makeup day. Like today, I just did my makeup because I'm going out to lunch. So what I could do if I wanted is just change my shirt maybe a couple times and take some different pictures. And then that way I have some selfies saved up for a time when I want to use one in a post. So I stockpile stuff all the time, and I repurpose pictures all the time. Sometimes I'll go through and I have in my favorites, I just save either workout pictures, selfie pictures, food pictures, Shakeology pictures, anything like that. And I will just transformation photos, stuff like that. And I'll just save it in my favorites in my phone. So that way when I'm not coming up with an idea, or motivational quotes is another one. When I don't have an idea right off the top of my head, I can save that for a rainy day, and there you go. So I'm not always inspired. So I get inspiration from Instagram, Pinterest, and I just save or screenshot some things that I like. And maybe I won't use that exact photo because I want to make it more of my own, but I'll use the quote from that photo, and I'll go on Photify, find a cool stock photo image and add it, add my words on there, which is what I do a lot on my Instagram and some on my Facebook, and make it into the colors that I like, which is part of my brand, and share that. So you're basically just repurposing it. So I want you to do that. A lot of people actually who work full-time jobs, who maybe it's too crazy for them to come up with things during the week, will come up with a lot of their posts on the weekend. So they'll sit down and they'll come up with their posts for the week. They'll take some photos and be done with it, and then you already have it done. It's a really easy way to do it. You can also use stuff from our challenge group posts. I mean, I wouldn't share all of that because that's, content you want to save. But if you go onto the website that Lindsay created for our team, there's all kinds of, example, clean eating, all different things you could share. So that's a great thing that I do. And I'll reshare things again. Like if it's been a long time and I'm making a recipe again that I love and that people loved when I shared it before, I'll reshare it because you have new eyes on your stuff. And if you've added new friends to your network, then new people are going to see that. So you can always reshare things. Also, I'll usually just use the same picture for my Instagram for the day because I don't have time to create all new content for all of that. So another thing that I do and that I recommend you guys start doing is you're going to start getting ideas perhaps, when you're not ready to post. So I have in my notes section, I'll get inspiration at all times a day. Most of the time when I'm working out is when I get really great post ideas, or at least I think they're great ideas, and I'll write them in my notes section so I can remember it later and create a post out of that. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and have a great idea, so I just jot down a couple key phrases so that I can remember it. Personal development is huge. Huge, huge, huge. That is probably where I get majority of my inspiration for posts is from my own personal development, whether it's from a book I'm reading, an audio I'm listening to, a YouTube video, something that you can take a little nugget or a key phrase out of and create how that relates to your life or an inspirational post out of that. So even just sharing some inspirational quotes with your own picture, something that has to do with what you're learning or your life or your thoughts for the day. That's great because it's showing you and it's showing something about what you're learning, and it's inspirational. So let me see if there was anything else I wanted to tell you about. Saving inspiration for a rainy day, saving stockpiling photos, because, and oftentimes, this is a tip I'll do too, if I can't think of anything to post, because there's times where I'm like, I cannot think of anything to post right now, and I know that I want to post at this time, I'll just try to think about what I'm doing in the moment. Like, what am I doing right now that has to do with either coaching or healthy living or something like that. And usually, I don't know, usually you can come up with something, whether or not it's, you're doing something with your team or you're doing something in your challenge groups, or, you can share about a challenger success story, anything like that. And you guys can share success stories from our challengers. They don't have to be your own clients. You can share success stories from fellow coaches. So I encourage you guys to share with each other so we can have more stories. You can get onto Team Beachbody's YouTube channel. There's coach success stories. There's a ton of videos on that. There's challengers. There's a customer success stories, Shakeology success stories. So start being a collector of stories, because when somebody tells you they have a problem, you might not have that same problem. But then if you have a story of somebody who did, you can be like, well, actually, I know somebody, or one of my challengers, or one of our fellow coaches, or whatever, had results or had success because of this. There you go. So hopefully that helps. Social media is really cool. I know it's intimidating. You want to start adding to your network as well if you're not already doing that. I'll give you a tip on that real quick too. That's really important, because, not all the people on your Facebook are going to be interested in what you're doing, or it might not be the right time for them. So you want to keep expanding that network. You can have up to 5,000 Facebook friends. And so why not take advantage of all of those people? But I don't add random people. So what I do is I go to like maybe one of my best clients, or maybe one of my good friends, or somebody who's positive and I like, we vibe. I'll go to her Facebook or his Facebook, whatever, and go to their friends. And then there's a little tab that says people you may know. And it's going to show you all of the people that you have a lot of mutual friends with. And so those are the people that I usually friend, because, if we have, some of them I've had like 1,000 friends in common, but let's say we have 50 friends in common, 25 friends in common, even 11 friends in common. And she looks like somebody who could be my target market. I'm going to friend her, and most likely she's going to come to my page. I'm public, so she can check me out, see if she wants to stick around, if she finds it motivational or inspirational. And she can, because we have a lot of friends in common, she's most likely not going to think I'm some weirdo creep. And she probably thinks we know each other from somewhere, or sees that I have friends, that I'm friends with some of her friends, and she'll accept it. So that's what I recommend doing. I try to do that to at least 3 people, add 3 people to my Facebook a day. Now, it doesn't mean they all accept it, but usually I'll add more than that. But you don't want to add too many, because you can get in trouble. But it would take a lot to do that, because I've added like over 10 in a day, and that doesn't do anything. So anyways, those are just some tips for expanding your network and getting new eyes on your stuff, and just start interacting with those new friends that you make through comments or likes and things like that. Okay? Hope this helps. Please ask any questions. I've learned a lot about social media over the year, and I would love to share with you guys some more tricks, tips that I have. And if you're interested in any other platforms, let me know, because I've been doing trainings on other platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. And if any of you are experts in those areas, please share with us, because we're always here to learn. Thank you. Bye.